what a shot from Carlo Biado to get.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Diamond Dave's Billiards. Next month we've got the US Open 2022 starting on October the 10th, I believe. Pretty excited about that, so I thought in this video I'd take a look back at some of the top shots from the US Open in 2021. And this video, well, the shots selected are courtesy of Kamui's channel. You can check Kamui's video out here. And the format I've used is inspired by a snooker YouTuber called Break From Life. Check his channel out here. He does lots of really good videos, snooker-based videos, but we're all lovers of cue sports, right? I haven't played any jump shots, and about half of the shots are jump shots because I have a grandma that lives downstairs and too much sustained loud noise gets her very cranky. If it's a particularly difficult kick shot, like the first two shots in this video, Albin's and Biado's, then I'll just be happy to take the pot and not worry too much about position. All right, let's get into it with the first shot from Carlo Biado. I was really not looking forward to trying to play this shot.
Was dead to Carlo as well. What a shot.
I really don't want to play this shot. I thought this was going to be a cycle of missing and spreading the balls all over the table and setting it up again and again. And this shot's a little bit tricky to judge because JJ called him playing it off the 5 ball, which he may have attempted to do. However, Carlo ended up potting it clean the way I nearly did there in my first attempt. So it was quite difficult to judge the difficulty of this shot. In the end, I got it on my second attempt, but I potted it off the 5, and I was quite happy to take that as successful. However, I gave myself an accuracy of 1 star because I didn't knock the 2 ball out, I didn't pot the 1 ball clean, and I didn't get positioned the way he did, but I gave it a difficulty of 5 playing it the way he played it.
40% of the time, something like that. Yeah, there you go.
This is a pretty straightforward 1-rail kick from Albin. However, my first few attempts, I kept hitting it thick. And I think it's because I was trying to follow his line, but he's playing on new tournament cloth, which is quite a lot slicker than my 18-month-old cloth. In the end, I did get it on the 7th attempt. However, I hit the bottom rail first, which sent the cue ball a little bit high into the 9. In the end, I gave it a difficulty of 4 stars. I found it quite challenging, and an accuracy of 2 stars because I did leave myself with a pot on the 2, though not in the same way that he did.
Oh, what a shot. Well, you know, a good percentage of our game at times.
Here we have a classic SVB power shot coming off 2 rails for position on the 8. My first attempt, I jawed the pocket. The pot wasn't particularly difficult, but getting the pace in the cue ball was. And as you can see in the first 3 attempts here, I kept going into the far jaw, which takes a bit of pace out of the cue ball. Finally, on the 4th attempt, I got pretty good position and I went into the near jaw, allowing me to get a bit more pace into the cue ball, and I was happy to call that a successful pot. Although I didn't use the 2nd rail, I did give myself an accuracy of 4 stars because I followed his path fairly closely and I got good position on the 8, and because of the power needed in the stroke, I gave it a difficulty of 3 stars, and you're a little bit jacked up on the rail as well. I did try a few more times because I wanted to get the 2nd rail, and I'm putting in some bonus footage here of me getting lucky on about 6 banks consecutively. This was just a freak. I wasn't trying to bank the ball, I was trying to hit the thin, I was trying to hit it thin into the pocket, but just kept on banking it.
A lot of these guys would have jumped it, you know, already. But I mean, when you can do that, who needs the jump cue? Lovely.
Oh my, Judd Trump. This is an example of Judd not wanting to use the jump cue and successfully making a 1-rail kick shot. The shot isn't particularly hard. I had to just hone in on the angle slightly and eventually got it on my 4th attempt. It's quite difficult to set the balls up in exactly the way they have them with the camera angles they have, so that could be a reason why I didn't quite follow his path, but I did leave myself a shot on the 4, so I gave myself an accuracy of 3 stars, and I gave that a difficulty of 3 stars because it's potting a ball out in the open with a 1-rail kick shot.
But still some distance apart.
Oh, beautiful there.
So this is a pretty easy shot. There's nothing difficult about it. A straight pot down the rail and the position solves itself. So I gave this a difficulty of 1 star and I gave myself an accuracy of 5 stars because it was very accurate.
Stunning to the rail and out. Oh, Carlo, what a shot.
This is quite a straightforward bank shot. However, you'll notice I had to go and get my short cue because my room is slightly narrow, so I give myself bonus points for getting this on the first attempt with my mini cue. The shot itself is not too difficult. I gave it 2 stars and I gave myself an accuracy of 5 stars because I think I replicated it pretty much spot on.
Big draw stroke here. Oh, man. And the power in that shot.
Another example of SVB doing what SVB does. My first attempt I hit it a little bit full and came into the 7, but on my second attempt I got past the 8 and the 9 off the short rail and back up towards the 4. I gave this a difficulty of 2 stars because it's a pretty easy pot, but you do need a pretty powerful stroke to get the draw on the cue ball. I gave myself an accuracy of 5 because I pretty much followed his line perfectly, came a little bit wide on the 4, but basically the same. For this shot, I realized while I was editing the video that I didn't set it up very accurately, which resulted in me attempting to swerve the cue ball a lot more than Yap needed to in his shot. In the end, I did get it, but I think his version was quite a bit easier than the way I set it up. So I gave that a difficulty of 2 stars, and I gave myself an accuracy of 4 for failing to set the shot up properly.
Oh my. What a shot from Carlo Biado.
I found this shot by Carlo Biado really quite difficult. I was playing it cold, which probably didn't help, but I was really struggling with deflection on the cue ball because the cue is jacked up and he's putting bottom right-hand side on it. So I kept hitting the 2 ball a little bit too thick. I did get the pot on attempt number 7, but the cue ball went under the side pocket, so I played it a couple more times until finally on attempt number 9, I got the pot and I got the cue ball above the side pocket, pretty much identical to Carlo's shot. So I gave that a difficulty of 4. I really think it was quite a monstrous shot, though I'm not sure I would have played it as hard as he did, and I gave myself an accuracy of 5 stars because, well, I was quite proud of my effort.
That's a good point you've made there, because this is a part of the game. He's played it to
The difficulty wasn't really in playing this shot. I think the most difficult part of this shot was just spotting it. And I did get it on my second attempt. In the original shot, the player did not get position on the 6 ball. I didn't either, so I gave myself an accuracy of 4 for simply playing the shot, and a difficulty of 2 because executing it wasn't that difficult.
English couple ways to make it. Oh, Neo.
And finally we have this shot by Inoki Oi, which was a simple 1 rail kick on the 9. I guess it being the 9 adds a little bit more pressure to the shot, but I would back myself to get this most of the time I played it. So a difficulty of 2 stars and an accuracy of 5 stars. Thank you very much for watching as always, and if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to reach out and hit that like and sub button. And until next time, get out there and enjoy playing some pool. Ciao.